Yo, 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 what's going on? This is your main man, the Sandman, aka Samans, back with another stream, Monster Hunter stream. Just got to MR3. Today, I kind of want to talk. You know, I think this is a talking place that people usually do. They like pose here. Maybe put the sound effects up a little bit. And let's talk about my initial impressions of this game. I want to put my 2 cents into this game and how different it is from Monster Hunter, like from the base version of Monster Hunter Rise. And the differences are immense, and that is a very good thing. Made some notes right here, and I want to just like go over all these points, because this is all the points I made throughout my playthrough so far of Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. It is subject to change, and I'm aware of that. I haven't made it to endgame. I'm only in MR3, but I want to talk about this game, and I want to talk about how much better it is than than the base version of Monster Hunter Rise, because it's just incredible. There's a lot of people talking about how much better this game is than base Rise. There's including the main guy who I know for a fact has hated Monster Hunter Rise as a Monster Hunter game, known as Jacob. You may know him from that Monster Hunter Dose video. Anyways, first point I want to get into is the characters. I can't talk about the characters without beginning with the first ever like master rank quest you have to do in the game, which is hunt a Diamorhomatar. That is a pretty decent pick. Like having like a really decent like semi mid-tier monster like a Diamorhomatar as the first ever hunt in the game is a really good idea on Sunbreak's part. Like how Iceborne's like beginning went, like it went with a Gyarados appearing. We don't know what Gyarados is, and apparently it was low tier and blah blah blah. Like we're in the snowy area, whatever. Like Iceborne was okay in its introduction, but then like after you killed this Diamorhomatar, like no problem. It was no problem for me. It might have been difficult for some people, but like I knew about the Diamorhomatar and I knew its movesets. I played the game for a while. It's like not a new monster to me. Like veteran hunters know what the Diamorhomatar is. It's been around the franchise for quite a long time. The fact that it is a Diamorhomatar that you fight, and like it just gets you right into the action. Like you're just right there. You're just fighting a monster. You're just fighting a monster in Monster Hunter. I mean, like you're fighting a decent master rank monster, and I like that. And like the Diamorhomatar doesn't mess around. Like there is some of the same movesets that he has, but he does mix it up a bit. How his digging works, he can like literally dig out of the ground and then immediately like shoot his super laser piss or his spray, like his water attack or water beam or something, and just like move around with it. But the fact of the matter is he wasn't no joke. He was a decent monster. He put up a decent fight, I would say that, and he was a good first monster introduction into master rank. Anyways, what I like about the introduction to Sunbreak as a whole is it's like the first initial cutscene. We check out like the Diamorhomatar because it's not like the usual thing that we see around here, and then like boom, Lunar Garon shows up, Fiorane shows up, the new character shows up, and it's like it gets you right into the action. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Everything is so unexpected. It's happening fast. Like you throw, like Master Izuchi tries to be useful and throw a flash bomb, but like Fiorane says, nah, you're a bitch, Master Izuchi, and he just runs away. So we got the introduction of Fio, or Fiorane. I'm just gonna call her Fio from now on, because I'm not even sure if that's how you properly pronounce her name. But after like meeting with Fio, who is the sister of what's her face, I don't remember, but she was the previous waifu. But Fio is just like too cool. Yeah, so Fio just says, hey, you need to come to Ogado. I can show you this. There's this big ass crater that like, I mean, there's these big ass craters that come around every 50 years, and we think it's caused by Malzeno, who just appears out of nowhere, wrecks some shit around their land, and then just leaves. And it's just like this big calamity that happens around their country, and they don't know how to fix it. And this outpost known as Elgato, which I'm standing in, is their homeland. And so blah blah blah, there's a lot of exposition. Go across the seas from Komoro to Elgato, and we meet all these characters. Blacksmith right here, the overroad, the merchant, these characters right here, pretzel lady, Fran the stalwart, this guy, this dude, I don't know, he doesn't really get much screen time at the moment so far. And Bahari, I'll get into Bahari later. We meet Chiche, who undoubtedly is gonna have a lot more. Like, I'm looking forward to the anime arc with Chiche. The build up to Sunbreak, the Sunbreak trailers and whatever. Like, there is something going on with Chiche. Sooner or later, there will be something going on with Chiche. But anyways, oh, there's Master Uzuchi, little piece of shit over there. Yeah, of course, there's like a lot of dialogue saying, "Hey, I'm this blacksmith. I've learned my craft from another blacksmith. Clothing is based off of that previous blacksmith." We get introduced to Luchika. How I like see her, she sort of tries to blend in as like one of the stern and serious characters. Like, really, she's a lot more like lively inside, and she just hides that shit or something. I don't know. And it sort of just spills out. Like, for instance, like when you first like meet her, like, have you seen those like owls in a nest? They're so cute. And I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, this is an interesting character. I really like her. But of course we get a lot of exposition. I don't really like exposition, but you kind of gotta deal with it. It's always in Monster Hunter, especially in GU. And you could tap a B repeatedly or X repeatedly or whatever to like just skip all the dialogue. But I sort of hung in there, and like I read how all the characters are, who they are, and how they act, and they're not as one-dimensional as they seem, and I appreciate that. And they interact with one another, and they like I'm pretty sure Jacob went over this. Like, they disagree with each other, they fight with each other sometimes, like have little arguments and stuff like that. Nothing like that, just like I fucking hate you, bitch type stuff. But maybe that'll change. Anyways, characters aside, let's take all the characters aside because I'm talking too much about them right now. But that's pretty much all of the notes I had though. Talking about these characters. So let me talk about the fights, you know, the monster fights. It's Monster Hunter, you know. In my demo review, I pretty much said that switch skill swapping was an incredible addition to the game, a game-changing addition to the game, and I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong. Switch skill swapping is dope. It is the best thing that they added in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Hell, like, this makes me love wirebugs to the point where I wouldn't mind it to stick around in future entries. Like, the way it's like, oh, okay, so the monster's acting like this, I'll switch to this skill. For instance, with the sword and shield so far, I have, hold up, let me go over here, and I'll show you my switch skill layout. So in the red swap scroll layout, I have the Metsuri Shorigeki as my you know, 2 Silkbind attack. This is all made for like trying to stun the monster or like you know, KO the monster. The blue swap scroll is made for severing tails and like, you know, just breaking monster parts and stuff like that. Instead of the hard basher combo, which is mostly like stun damage, I switch it to the drill slash combo, which does like, you know, severing damage and stuff like that. And I switch to Metsu Shorigeki with the windmill attack, you know, that does severing damage. So like I can easily cut the tail of a Raytheon, and then I can switch to Metsu Shorigeki, and I can easily just knock KO the Raytheon, and it's like it complements each other, and it's done very well. And it's not just like KOing and severing, it's also just like, for instance, with my hammer, like if I want to charge at the monster from like straightforward, like right into it, I would use the dash breaker. And if I want to go like from above, if the monster is flying, or if I just want to like hit the monster from above instead of like straight forward, I'll just use the Silkbind Spinning Bludgeon. Okay, so I have dash breaker and impact crater on my red swap squirrel. And if I switch, I still have impact crater. Like I want to stick to that, but if I want to use dash breaker to like move forward towards the monster, hurt it from there, I am free to do that. But if I want to switch it up a bit and I want to hit the monster from above, it's like right now it's attacking from that direction, I can just go in this direction and do a Silkbind Spinning Bludgeon or something like that. It's pretty easy to understand stuff. Of course, with skill swapping, there's also the invincibility frames that go along with it, and it's just all good. Me personally, I like using Water Strike because I think it goes into the Big Bang attack well. But that's just with hammer. But what I'm trying to explain here is when it comes to skill swapping, you can just like adapt to how a monster is attacking and act accordingly to that, instead of just like, you know, oh fuck, he's doing an attack, I can't do shit about it. Like, you can keep the pressure going. This may make the fights easier, but actually it's not, because they actually made the fights a bit harder. Okay? So right now the difficulty curve isn't as bad. There is a difficulty curve, not gonna lie. Tobi-Kadachi, for example. Tobi-Kadachi in Monster Hunter Rise, the base version, was a complete effing pushover. Tobi-Kadachi was the easiest thing I ever fought. Tobi-Kadachi in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak is a pain in the effing ass to fight. Like, it literally almost carded me a couple of times, and that is impressive. Like, it does certain moves that take you by surprise. Like, there's different moves. I think it can randomly like do like I don't know, a breakdancing tail spin or whatever, and I can't really go into it and describe it because I don't have really notes talking all about the Tobi-Kadachi. Maybe I'll do tutorials on other monsters. The monsters, they hit a lot harder. They take a while to hunt. It's a healthy while. It's like a healthy 20-minute hunt, and not just a fucking slog. And the reason I'm saying this is because I played 3U. The 4-player scaling is absolutely terrible, and I cannot play 3U. I cannot play GU. Sorry, I cannot play GU without some people in the lobby. What I want to talk about now, what I want to go over, is the follower quests. The followers in particular, they were also hyping these people up. Like slowly, Sir J becomes a follower. Dame Luchika becomes a follower. Theo initially becomes a follower. Like, she's the first follower. I had mixed feelings about followers coming into Rise and how they're gonna be. Like, are they gonna be like entirely prevalent in the game and you can just like play through like the entire game with the followers? No. And I'm glad they didn't do that. For Theo in particular, it's only like some urgent quests. Like, Theo just says, okay, like, I want to be a part of this, and I want to fight for like my country and shit, and fight for Elgato. So I want to be in this particular urgent quest or something like that. Like, she's that important in the story. They're really not much of a big deal. The followers that I know so far, these two right here that I've played with so far, it's insane what they could do. I mean, what they can do. Like, they're super responsive to stuff. I saw Theo, like, this was in my last video, like my last Monster Hunter video, where I did highlights of the VOD, like, that I streamed last time, where I was fighting Garangolm. She literally threw a flash bomb while Garangolm was like fucking in the air, and I'm just like, what the like, not even normal like people can have that type of like reaction time. I mean like not many people, unless like you're like seeing that it's jumping in the air, your weapon is unsheathed, and you got a flash bomb ready, standing ready. That shit don't happen. Like, most of the time it doesn't happen. She does it like no problem. Like, whenever you're low on health, she like puts down life powders No problem. Whenever the monster is asleep, they like put down barrel bombs and shit. Some players, like even high-low players, don't even do that. They don't sleep bomb the monster. Nobody actually really cares about sleep bombing in this game for some weird reason. And of course, they put down traps like in the middle of a hunt. They can just like literally go and pick a monster to wyvern ride and just like smack the shit out of like the monster that you're hunting. Like they are insane like DPUs or whatever. They're really insane in terms of like characters and character interactions. Like they talk to each other, they interact with each other. Like you can bring 2 followers around and like they can just like talk to each other a little bit, which is nice, pretty dandy. It's something too big. Like they don't really like, you know, argue or like expand who they are. They sort of do, but not really. I don't know. But it's pretty interesting. I like it. They aren't stuck with you forever. You can't use them all the time. I actually would rather have that because I don't want the game to be any easier than it already is. And it's not very easy. Right now it's at a point. This is subject to change. But right now it's at a good point with me where the monsters hit hard enough and they're like tough enough and it's not a big deal. There's like these support survey quests where you can like pick which like follower you want, and you can pick like which weapon type they can use, and it's really freaking good. I like how they implemented the follower system. Like it's not in your face, it's just there and it's good. I like that. Oh, I haven't gotten over Bahari. This husbando right here. This fucking Chad. This fucking alpha male right here. I don't care if you think he simps for Theo. Like, this guy is dope as of a character. And the way he just introduces, like, the big dick on the ground. And it's like, yeah, this is definitely Garangolm right there. That's definitely Garangolm Slong right there. Like he's like so much more of an interesting character. Like he's one-dimensional, but his swag is immaculate, and you gotta respect that. He may be a basic ass bitch, CPU created character from a video game, but he's got the swag, okay? And that's all I can ask for Monster Hunter.